First date tips and ideas. Hi guys, my name is Christine Loveridge and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about first date tips and ideas. Before we get into this video, please like and please subscribe. Okay, so the first point that I want to get into is when you're going on a first date with someone, go somewhere that isn't that expensive. So basically somewhere for a cheap drink or a coffee. And the reason why you just go and meet up for a drink is because if you decide that you don't really like this person that you're on a date with, or you can see that this is the kind of person who you don't really want to be with or continue the date with, or you can see them as someone who you might not want to be in a relationship with, like you might be able to pick up some things about the personality that you don't really like, you can end the date after that, after like half an hour or an hour. And the reason why you go to somewhere inexpensive and cheap is because you don't want to be spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars or pounds, depending on your country and your country's currency, on someone you don't really know that well yet. The idea is you are just meeting up for a little chat and to get to know each other a little better. Another tip is don't go to somewhere where there's a lot of loud noise. So don't go to somewhere where a lot of loud music is playing, like let's say like a nightclub or a gig or some kind of like festival where there's loud music or there's a lot of people talking or chanting or something like that, because you won't be able to talk to each other. And the whole point of that first date is so you can get to know each other and to see if this is someone that you want to continue dating or continue the date further. So that goes into my next point, and that is if you do like this person, then you can probably go somewhere else afterwards and spend more time with them. Like you can go out and get a bite to eat, or you could go and walk around. If it's in the day, you can go and look around the shops together. Or if you live in a place where there's like little food markets and stuff, you can go and look at the food markets and, get something to eat from there. But the point is if you like this person, you can carry on the date. You can make the date longer. However, if you don't like this person, then you can easily make an excuse to leave if you're just meeting them for a drink. Because if you meet out to have dinner together, you're probably going to have to spend a lot more time with this person. Whereas if you meet up for a drink, you could stay for about 15 minutes or half an hour. So if you do like this person that you're on a date with and you really want to get to know them better and continue to get to know them, then go to different places, because basically what this does is that you can have multiple dates in just one date. Because usually when two people go on a first date, they just go out to dinner together or something like that, or they go to the cinema, and then afterwards they just go home. So in order to speed up the dating process, it's a good idea to go to multiple places on that first date. So you meet up for drinks, and then perhaps you go and look around the food market, you buy some little snacks from the food market and you walk around the town or the city that you live in. Or you might go for a walk somewhere together, or you might go to the local bowling alley. So my next tip is to relax and be yourself. Now, you're probably not going to get rid of all of the nerves. You're probably going to be a little nervous no matter what. In fact, sometimes coming across as a little nervous or a bit dorky they might actually find really cute. So don't worry too much about coming across as nervous. The most important thing that you do is be yourself. So this means not being afraid of offending them, because obviously this is someone you've just met. You probably don't know them very well. So you don't know what their opinions are on certain topics. You don't know what their likes and dislikes are. So if a conversation comes up and it's something that you both disagree on, don't seek their approval by matching their opinion to yours. Be unapologetically yourself. If this person doesn't like your opinion or they disagree with you, just let it be. The next tip that I have for a first date is to give genuine compliments. Now, if you can't think of a genuine compliment, then don't give a compliment. So for example, if you are telling someone that they're really good looking, are you doing it because you're hoping to get some kind of reaction out of them? Or are you doing it because that's how you genuinely feel? I see a lot of people in their head too much when they're on a first date and they're thinking of, I need to do something. I need to say something to compliment them so they like me and so they know that I'm attracted to them. If the thought doesn't pop into your head, like you look at them and you think that they've got a really cute smile, If something like that doesn't pop into your head, there's no need to look for things to say to them that will give them a compliment. It's more important for you to just, if you think something and you feel something, to then give that appreciation, as opposed to looking for things to appreciate because you've been told that you need to compliment her. You don't need, or him, you don't need to give compliments if you don't feel one, like if you don't see it. My next tip is to only go in for a kiss or to go into touching each other or touch each other if flirting is happening. Like if it's not there, like if that flirting hasn't happened yet and you can tell that they don't feel comfortable with being hugged or touched or kissed yet, then don't do it. Some people say that you need to make a move and you need to go in for the kiss at the end of the night. You don't have to do that, especially if you can tell that they're not ready for it yet, like they don't feel comfortable around you. If they're not reaching out and touching you or giving you flirty body language like flirty eyes, or they're not feeling comfortable around you yet and you can tell that they don't feel comfortable yet because they're being more awkward, then don't go in for a kiss and don't go into touching or hugging or holding hands because they're probably not ready yet. However, if they're close to you, they're touching you, or they're giving you flirty glances, then it's okay to flirt back with them, to kiss them, to hug them, to touch them. So if you're on a date with a woman, then don't bring up the topic of going out on another date with her when the date ends or during the date. Only make plans for another date if she brings it up. The best time to ask a girl out for a second date is roughly around 5 days after the first date. And I'm saying this from experience because this is what worked for me. In my own dating life when I was still dating, after the first date with my fiance, I waited 5 days to ask her out again, and then later on down in the road when we were in a committed relationship, she actually thanked me for not being too eager, for not messaging her straight away after the date, and for giving her time to think about the date and thinking about how she felt about it. Some girls really do need that space to think about the date, and she even told me that she was glad that I did it. She was glad that I gave her that space. So wait roughly around 5 days to ask her out for a second date, unless she reaches out to you first. So let's say after your first date, she messages you the next day, or she messages you 2 or 3 days after. And if she does, all you have to say is something like, "Oh, it's really great to hear from you. When are you free to next meet up?" That's all you need to say. If she's a very feminine woman, she will probably be less likely to want to make the plans, or she'll be very indecisive. So make sure that you come up with a place, a time, and a day to meet up. So my next point about having a great first date and some tips around that idea and some tips is to have fun and make it an enjoyable experience for the both of you. Don't take it so seriously. Just enjoy yourselves, and if you don't like them, or if you feel like they're not the kind of person that you would like to be with or you would like to continue dating, then you're not obligated to go out on another date with them. If they don't have the same kind of values that you do, or they're not living the same kind of lifestyle as you, and you find out that you're complete opposites and you know that if you two end up in a relationship it's not going to work, then don't do it. I recently made a video on how to attract the right person, as I talk in that video about why it's really important that you get married to and have long-term relationships with people that have the same kind of lifestyle as you and value the same things as you, because if you don't, you two are not going to be in a very happy relationship. So please do go and watch that video, as it will help you find the right person. You see, because sometimes we get so caught up in how attractive someone is that we ignore the red flags. We get so caught up in how we feel about them that we forget to try and see if this person is actually right for us. For example, you might not be someone who wants children. And if the person that you're trying to attract really wants children and really wants that kind of lifestyle, it's very unlikely that that relationship is going to work. If you like to stay at home and they're a party person and they love getting drunk, and you really dislike getting drunk, then it's not going to be a relationship that's going to be happy. So stop focusing on what you see and how you feel, and focus more on whether or not this is the right person for you, and if they have the same kind of lifestyle as you, and if they value the same things as you. If a lot of people do this, in the dating process and look to see if the person they're dating is actually the right kind of person for them, there would be a lot less divorces. There would be a lot less unhappy marriages, unhappy relationships. Be very skeptical when you go on dates. You should be thinking when you're on a date with someone, do I find this person interesting? Do they like and value the same things as I do? Do they live the same kind of lifestyle as I do? And if not, and there's a lot of things about them that you dislike, then discontinue going on dates with them. Please leave down in the comment section any tips yourself, any stories that you think might be of benefit to other people, so we can help each other out. If you would like to get in touch with me personally and you would like coaching with me, because obviously these videos are very generalized, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com/shop, and I shall talk to you guys again very soon. Goodbye, guys.